Tough task in front of me. He has given me about 7 or 8 minutes. That is one side. The other side is I am standing between the lunch and this session. So that's really a tough task. So I'll try my best to complete it within the given time. I don't have too many slides to talk about, but the task that I have set across is basically what do we see as trends in this area. I would like to bring some best practices which we have seen from our experience outside, because we have seen quite a bit of coming from India and what we have seen. Then we talk about what is happening in the JNNURM program, what is its intent, and what are the challenges that we have ahead of us. If you look at, everyone talked about there is an explosive growth that's happening, in the urban population. How is it happening? What is that? If I look at it, I look at some videos that will. This is a World Bank video on how the urban
The world has become more than half urban in the last decade. Over 90% of urban growth is now occurring in the developing world. 1 billion people now live in city slums worldwide, and nearly 2 billion new urban residents are anticipated in the next 20 years. Urban populations in South Asia and Africa are expected to double.
You have at least so many urban local bodies doing the same amount of a finance work. Why can't we bring that same thing to one place with a technology you can provide that service? Just to give an example, Wipro as an organization, we are present in 57 countries for about close to 145,000 employees today. The entire claims processing of employees is done at 2 floors in Bangalore. And we have a service level agreement. Within X number of days, the employee puts his claim, it will be credited to their account. So that way we have built that shared services organization using technology as a backbone. That's what the power that you can really utilize in the urban local bodies to provide this service. The same is the case with Dubai today. If you see the way they have improved in all areas is enormous from urban, which everyone talked about it. I would not want to talk too much about it, but just let me touch upon which is a JNNURM program which started with 1,000 billion over 7 years with the focus of improving the urban infrastructure and at the end looking at completely till the slum development is the tenets of this program. The mass urbanization that has happened, and there is a huge amount of solid waste management issues that have been taken and dumped in those places that has created cancer villages in and around China. Why are we going that far? Even in my city, Bangalore, we have a huge problem of solid waste management. For about almost a week, it was not collected, the garbage was not collected because we were dumping in a place the villagers protested. In a democracy, we can do. First and foremost, if we have to really utilize the power of JNNURM program, we will have to create the services. Here the JNNURM program is dependent mainly on how the local body provides that kind of a plan to implement those programs. So here, if you look at how can we build a single, end-to-end service delivery mechanisms that are there, how do I improve the quality of the service? These are some of the tenets that we have been seeing as a consultant under the JNNURM program. What is the infrastructure that I would look at? Last, sustainability. It really focuses on sustainability because we have seen many e-governance programs that have started after 3 years. When the funding gets over, they will come down, they will stop. How do we really make it sustainable? Both from a program perspective as well as from an environment perspective. Capacity building is another area which Sir talked about, and I really, see this as a showstopper for any of these programs to happen. The main reason is that we don't have the people who have the capacity to implement these kind of programs. First and foremost, the project management. In many areas, we, as external partners, we see that the other side does not have the clear mandate or clear idea of what they want to achieve. If that is the challenge, then how are we going to achieve this? So here there is a huge amount of a capacity building that is required. There are many such programs that are being run under DARPG, the CIO programs, CTO programs that are really, really useful, and I am one of the speakers in such forums. These are really helpful in terms of acquiring the knowledge to run such projects. From a technology perspective, again, my colleagues spoke about how they are doing from the entire framework. Mobile governance is something which will really take this to the next level. The reason being, accessibility of a mobile is very easy today. Okay, and there is a connectivity. So with that mobile device, the smartphones, which are becoming much every day cheaper, so you can really take the M-governance to the citizens with all the services that are built into it. Another area which we can really gain from a technology dimension is the GIS, because it gives a visibility. At the end of the day, if you are not able to visualize what you are doing, it would be very difficult to convince the people, or the people who are the decision makers and the people who are to participate in this. I would suggest that GIS and GPS interventions should be used much more than we are using currently. That will really, okay. I mean, the awareness, inclusiveness that you can bring using the social media is unimaginable. I mean, as we are clearly seeing that it